No, I have never used an online dating service, and no, I would not.
I don't think I would ever use an online dating service because I like to interact with people on a personal level and to see who they are. And I think personality is so important. So I don't know if you could actually get that by just looking at someone's profile online.
Online dating service. I've heard a lot of good things about them. I have not used one. I don't know if I would in life, in general, in reality, because I really like meeting people firsthand. But that doesn't rule it out. I've heard a lot of good things about them so far. So we'll have to see.
I personally have never used an online dating service, but I've seen it work amazingly for some people. Some people have found their true love on online dating sites, so I am not against it in any way, and I think that it's a great thing for those who find it useful.
The person that I'm currently dating right now, I met via Twitter, which I don't know if that's considered an online dating service, but I guess I consider it to be now. My father jokes, I guess Twitter's the new Match.com, but it worked out for me, and
I don't know. I don't think I have the guts to use an online dating service. It'd make me nervous because you don't know who you'd be paired up with, and maybe in a few years I'll try it out, though.
I have never used an online dating service.
I have never used an online dating service, but I think that it would be awesome to do it. I mean, instead of wasting your time on an hour date sitting through appetizers, sitting through the main course, dessert, you can just file through guys in 15 minutes and pick them out what you like the best. So I think it's definitely a great tool.
I have never used an online dating service, and I don't think I would because I'd be a little sketchy about that. I'm very distrusting of people on the net. Sorry.
No, I have never used an online dating service. I think Facebook is pretty close though.
I would never use an online dating service. However, I do feel like people try to use Twitter and Facebook sometimes for that. So I kind of feel like I'm on a dating site anyway sometimes. But no, I don't think I'd ever sign up for one.
I have used an online dating service one time a couple years ago, but there's only 4 people on there and they weren't that many good choices, so I just resorted to taking my dogs out hiking.
I have never used an online dating service. I feel being 20 years old and really active in the community and very involved in everything, I don't really need to go out there and find somebody online. But I mean, if I stayed at home or if it felt like I couldn't find somebody, I'd be very okay with using an online dating service.
No, I've never used an online dating service. I prefer meeting people in person.
I've never used one, but I don't think I ever would. It's funny to me. I don't think I could ever use an online dating site. That makes me laugh.
I have never used an online dating service, but you know what? Once I hit my 30s, if I'm still single, I think I would use an online dating service like Match.com.
I have never used an online dating service. I don't know if I would because you can't trust a lot of people on the internet, so I would be very cautious if I were going to, though.
Wow. I kind of met my boyfriend online. Facebook. That's considered online, right? So I don't really have any problem with it. He was in Louisville when I was in high school, and my sister knew him, and she said, I got this guy I want you to meet. He's too young for me, but he's right up your alley. And I was like, no. And then I seen a picture of him on Facebook, and I said, oh, yeah.
Honestly, in the past, I would have said no, but a recent friend of mine, she met her husband on Match.com, so I think I might now.
You know, I have friends who use online dating service, and they like it a lot. It seems to really unite people that have very similar interests and activities. Me personally, not right now, but maybe later.
I think that I would use an online dating service. I think a lot of people, especially in our generation, have found love that way. And I think there's nothing wrong with it. A lot of people have that stigma that's a little weird, that they really don't want to put themselves out there. But I feel like if you're looking for love and you can find somebody online, you know, on the street, in the park, anywhere.
I have not ever used an online dating service. I think that I'm perfectly fine with using it if the need came up. I think it's a great way to get to know people. I think you just have to be a little careful because, you know, there are people out there that do want to take advantage, so you do have to be careful. I think it's always good if you are going to go on an online dating service and you are going to go on a date, use the buddy system. Bring a friend, have your phone ready, just in case. It's always good to be precautious.
I have not used an online dating service. I have a boyfriend.
Actually, I was a women's studies minor in college, and one of our experiments was to use an online dating service and be as real as possible when you filled out the questionnaire. And I can tell you I had some pretty interesting responses. Never went on any dates, though.
No, I have not used an online dating service, but it would be a good idea to play a joke on some of my friends.
I don't think that I would, although I've heard really great things about them, and it might be a great avenue for some. I don't think I would.
You know what? I have never used an online dating service, and would I ever? Oh, I don't know. That's kind of scary for me. I don't even like it when like other people try to set me up with someone. It's just a little bit too risky for me. So no, I don't think I'd do that.
Well, one thing I've learned in my life is never say never. I don't think I would now since I have a boyfriend. So I don't think he would like that too much. But I think a lot of people have started using them, so they must work. So I don't know. Maybe.
I have never used an online dating service, but I think it's an excellent way for people to meet. I just know that right now I'm not looking to meet anybody to start a relationship. I'm really just focused on being Miss Nevada and working in my community for this year and, you know, possibly this next year as Miss USA.
I have never. I've helped friends do it though, and I think that it's a really cute way. I don't think that there's any wrong way to find somebody that you're interested in. And so if that works for you, if going online and finding a date that way works, then hey, sure, why not?
I don't think I would use an online dating service at this point in my life, but you never know. They work. I've seen success stories.
I've never used an online dating service unless you consider Facebook an online dating service, but I'd never say I'd pick my next boyfriend from Facebook.
I just think it's so cool that it's another avenue for women and men to meet. So I think it's a new era. Before it was a little sketchy, but now I know so many people who are meeting online, and I think it's just cool.
Ooh, I've never used an online dating service. I don't, have any problems with people who have, but I just don't think it's for me. I like the natural way of meeting somebody, forming that first connection in person kind of thing.
I have never used an online dating service, and I will never use an online dating service. No, I just don't think I'm that desperate.
No, I haven't used an online dating service, and I probably wouldn't use an online dating service just simply because I'm too stubborn, or even if I did use it, I probably wouldn't want to admit it, so you never know.
I don't think I would. I mean, I can see why some people might, but personally I don't think I would. I'm more of a face-to-face, want to meet you in person type of girl.
I would. I would use an online dating service, I think, but luckily I have a boyfriend that I really like, so I don't have to.
I have never used an online dating service, but it's something that I would consider. Not right now because I'm not focusing on my love life at all. And I can't imagine ever needing to use it. I have a lot of male friends. But if I ever felt like I needed to, it's not something I'm opposed to. It's not something I think is like, oh my God. I think it's fine.
Well, I have not used a dating service online, but maybe if it came the time, I think I'm still a little young right now. Maybe I'll give it a few more years before I resort to that.
I've never used an online dating service, but I know a lot of people that have, and it's really worked great for them. And I think it's a great way to interact with people nowadays.
I have never used an online dating service. I don't know that I would after all the horror stories I've heard from some of my friends.
I would not use an online dating service personally because I like to know
maybe if I don't know the person, I want to know about the person, and I like to have mutual friends.
I've never used an online dating service, and I don't think I would, and hopefully I won't ever have to.
No, I never have, and I just never would. It kind of creeps me out. I'm scared. I've heard like awful stories. So I don't want to get into that at all.
I've never used an online dating service, but I have encouraged my friends to do so because it seems kind of like the ideal way to find a guy nowadays. You can look through the list and see what you like and what you don't like, and if you think he's cute, and you can talk to them and pick them if you want.
I have never done an online dating service. I don't know if I would because I like to be able to meet somebody face to face for the first time. But I don't think I would completely rule it out because it gives you a chance to write things about yourself that I guess you normally wouldn't say in just a face-to-face conversation. So, and you get to read those things about other people too.
I don't think I would use an online dating service. I believe that you never get a second chance to make a first impression. When you're using an online dating service, you have some sort of a understanding or some sort of a image in your head about that other person, and when you meet them in real life, it can be a little bit opposite of what you expected. So I prefer meeting people in person and really having them make that first impression on me, and that's what really lasts in your memory.
I have never used an online dating service, but I guess I would if I was single and looking for a mate, because I know a couple couples that have met each other online and they seem very, very happy.
I would not use an online dating service. I believe that you should meet the person face to face for the first time and have that compatibility right away.
I've never actually used an online dating service, but maybe when I get older, I might think about it.